Matthew, the recruitment of the top team, in Sam's case, in the case of Sound of Music, you chose to go for an external recruitment where internal candidates were allowed to go forward, and you came through that process and you were appointed as executive director. What do you make of the appointment of the senior people in the case of a merger? What are your learnings from this process?
Well, I have a rather ironic take on it, I think. I think those of us who were already leaders within the project were in an impossible position, in a sense, of advocating ourselves as leaders, because we would say that, wouldn't we? And I think it was a very difficult choice, certainly within the public sector, where you're publicly accountable for the appointment of jobs, to go internal. On the other hand, I think there was a very strong case for it in this particular instance. There were people there on the team who had learnt to work together at a high level and who were committed to the project, who had skills which the organisation could easily lose. And as I said in one of my earlier comments, speed was important. It was important to get a move on with this whole project. And my own feeling was that taking the whole thing external would slow things up, and in many ways, could jeopardise the whole project. So I was strongly in favour of there being an internal recruitment process, whether that involved me or not. And I still think that would have been the right thing to do. I think that had we had stronger governance arrangements in place, it should have been possible for the steering group or the new board of the organisation, or whatever is in place, to actually go to the people that in a sense created the organisation and say, we'd like to build roles around you and get this whole thing on the road. As it happened, an external process was put in place, nobody was appointed, and the whole organisation ended up with an internal candidate anyway. So we ended up at a point where we might have reached anyway, but arguably we lost people en route that would have been valuable for the organisation. So, to be honest, my view would be that you should look internally and really only recruit externally if it seems that you simply do not have the skills to deliver the job. And at the same time, do not underestimate the skills of your own people.